So today I'm shopping at the Japanese grocery store, specifically the Uwajimaya here in the Bellevue, Washington area. You know me, I'm from Seattle and I love Asian food. And so today, because there's literally nobody in here and it is pretty slow today, I thought I'd show you guys what I'm shopping for and some of the funky and fun Asian foods and ingredients that Asians love. And this kind of brings me back to my first vlog that I've done on this channel. You know, this is a recipe channel originally, Benji TV, and I used to just teach my favorite recipes, the ones that I was eating a lot, and I started doing these grocery store hauls or these grocery store shop with me kind of videos. And ever since I started, which was the first one was here at the Uwajimaya, funny enough, this place specifically, I'd always show you guys, you know, different things that of course it might be unusual for other people, normal for me. I was just gonna show you guys a bunch of the stuff since there's barely anybody here. I've never seen these aisles so empty before. So these are the standard flavors right here that they've got. No flavor, maybe like salt or soy sauce. But then they've got this. This is ume, which is probably the next thing I'll tell you about. But that is a pickled plum flavor natto, or pickled plum flavored fermented soybean, which is kind of interesting. They also, over here, they have a wasabi one. So this is a spicy fermented soybean, which I've never had before, but all kinds of different flavors. Now, Japanese people love to eat this in the morning as a breakfast food. Hot rice, some soy sauce, depending on if there's a flavor pack in there or not. Raw egg, that's right, green onion, and you just mix it all together and it's just so delicious. But like I said, it's an acquired taste and you just have to get used to it. But once you start loving it, you'll really love it. And like I said, it's very healthy for you. Really common Japanese breakfast in Japan. Next up, pickled plums. It's exactly what it is. They just take plums, I think it's a smaller version of a plum, and then they pickle it. They put it in salt, and this is what it looks like. And also a Japanese food that they like to eat with rice. They've got really sweet ones, they've got ones that are a little more sour, and just different kinds of flavors. It looks like they're sold out of a lot of different kinds. But this is just something that as an American you wouldn't think is good, right? I mean, when you think of plum, it's sweet, it's something you eat in the summer and just refreshing, and usually you want to eat it cold. Pickled salt on rice, but I'm telling you, this is one of those things. You don't have to eat a lot, like you're eating like maybe 1 to 3 max, unless you're like me, I eat like way more than that, because it is very salty, but you eat it with rice, so it's a nice side dish. And oftentimes for Japanese bento, like lunchtime, you'll eat this, and sometimes at Japanese restaurants will have it as a side dish, similar to like Korean restaurants when they have different kinds of pickles. So yeah, I would highly recommend trying this, but eat it with hot steam and rice. Staying in the pickled section, pickled radish. So there's all kinds of versions. This is a yellow version. I don't even know how to explain it. As you see, they put it into different kind of, we call those makis. It's like sushi, it's just rice and seaweed. Kind of a sweet, more salty kind of flavor profile. Normally you chop this up into smaller pieces. All parts of Asia, mainly China and Japan and maybe Korea, they also like to eat pickled bamboo. Yes, that big stalky thing in the forest that you know, pandas like to eat. Humans eat it too. So bamboo is really good, very nice side dish. Hard to describe, but it's got like a woodiness to it that's nice, you know, as a complement to a dish. And there's just too many to show you guys, but plenty of other pickled vegetables. So this is called shibazuke, which I forget exactly what this is, but I think this might be mostly radish. What is this? Oh, cucumbers. Yeah, this is a pickled cucumber. And this is one of my favorites, fukujinsuke. You would add this as a side, like a condiment onto curry, which, yeah, it's really good. It's red dye, I think. The ones that don't use red dye aren't really colored like this. In fact, I don't see it anywhere else. But if you like curry, definitely get this and plop a little bit on there because it's sweet and a nice complement to curry. I've never tried this before, but pickled garlic, which is actually very healthy for you. I don't do it very often, but sometimes I will eat like a raw clove of garlic, very rarely, or pickled garlic. And Yes, it's gonna give you stinky breath, but it's gonna keep your body healthy. You can't have Asian food without having kimchi. Now, Koreans are known to have their kimchi, but kimchi is also popular in Japan. Here, these are all mostly Korean kimchis, I believe. So this is a Napa cabbage kimchi. Looks like it's maybe a local company, and they have different sizes. This is kind of the standard here. Looks like it's maybe larger company. Authentic Korean sliced kimchi. My favorite though is this over here, which is a little bit more rare and maybe not as known, but radish kimchi. So not using cabbage, but they just kimchi the radish. And another one, oh, right up here, this is really good. Garlic string kimchi. So this one is exactly what it is. It's, I think, a part of the garlic plant, and they just kimchi it up. So you can get this in different forms. A lot of Asian people, they're known to live a long time, at least in Japan. There's a lot of 100-year-olds, and people think it's because they eat a lot of vegetables, which I think to a certain degree that is true. I really think it's because of the fermented foods, because fermented foods have a lot of good stuff for your gut health, and your like stomach needs certain things that you can't just get from regular foods. So fermented foods is something that's really common in Asia, in almost every Asian country. In fact, there's like not kimchi, but there's sauerkraut, which is kind of Europe's version of kimchi. So we eat a lot of it. Speaking of probiotics, Yakult, that's basically a yogurt drink that has been around forever. I want to say probably like 75 years, maybe more. The blue one is low sugar. This one is just regular sugar. Kind of sweet, but similar to yogurt. It's got lots of active and live probiotics, I guess it says on the package. I would recommend just staying with the red one because there is like an artificial sweetener in that. Both delicious and of course really popular with the kids. Okay, so this is something really unique to Japan, but very expensive apple juice. This glass bottle, you can see what the size is 12 bucks. I know that seems kind of extreme for apple juice, but notice it's not brown. So here's some apple juice right here. That's what we normally would get as Americans. It's brown. It's kind of what we all grew up with. But look at this. I don't know how they do it. Maybe it's the way they process it, but it's more on the white yellow side. So delicious. This looks like a pear juice. Oh, that's a peach juice, but yeah, Fuji apple juice. It's freaking amazing. And if you want to treat yourself one time, definitely do this. In fact, I think this is going to be one of those times I treat myself to some apple juice. The first time I went to Japan after not going there forever, I love this so much. I put it in my luggage and brought it back home. I don't even know if that was allowed or not, but I did it anyways, and I'm very happy I did. I brought it back to Judy. So delicious. It's completely different than the apple juice like treetop that we grew up with, that we have here in the States. So good. Tofu. There's a ton of different kinds of tofu. Most people know of the white one, maybe in a stir fry, but let me just show you what's different about this tofu. First off, they have different firmnesses. So this is a super soft one, and they serve it just like that, not even cooked, just some fish flakes, soy sauce, green onions, and that's kind of a delicacy of sorts in Japan. And then you've got your regular tofu, a little bit more firm. You would use it in this case like a stew or soup. And then you've got really firm. So this one you're going to be using for stir fries when you want to cook it up or you want to slice it. So these are just the three basic ones, different kind of textures. And then over here you've got fried tofu. I believe you would use this similarly for stir fries, or if you're going to cook it up or put some sauce on it. This one's a vegetable tofu that is mixed in with vegetables. This is a little bit more unfamiliar to me, but this is a Mandarin egg tofu tube, and it's got eggs in it, also soybeans. If you don't know, tofu is made out of soybeans, and this one actually has whole eggs in it. So probably a more delicate texture, definitely more flavor. Not as common anymore, but when I was growing up in Japan, I remember somebody like driving around town delivering freshly made tofu. And just like anything, when it's fresh, it's the best. It's so good. And it was normal forever and ever to just get your tofu from somebody that was driving by your house, you know, down the street, and they would have this song playing, kind of like the Ice Cream Man for us, you know, growing up in SoCal. I'm sure the Ice Cream Man all over the country also have like some kind of song playing, but in Japan, when you hear that song and you see that truck, you're not buying ice cream, you're buying tofu. Okay, moving on to something that I love and is kind of controversial. Japanese mayonnaise, specifically Kewpie, which just happens to be on sale, even though that still sounds expensive, $5. Normally it's $6.49. I've seen it up to $8. So I'm gonna buy a few of these for sure, but Kewpie is Japan's favorite mayonnaise. Normally this stuff, obviously, we all know Best Foods or Hellmann's, very American, but this stuff, it's a little more tangy. I believe they're using a rice vinegar versus regular vinegar, but more tangy, a little bit more flavor. But what's kind of funny is there's an American and Japanese version of Kewpie. So there's similar packaging, same company, but they have an American version. It's got like a slightly different flavor profile. So look for this one specifically, and you're looking for that red cap right there. And this is the real deal. Sometimes I give Kewpie some crap because at Costco, for whatever reason, they sell the Americanized stuff. So if you see this is the real stuff. Stuff at Costco, not the real stuff. They have it right here. So this is the real stuff that I grew up with that they sell in Japan. This is Americanized stuff. I don't even know why, but I mean, it's the same company and everything. At least I think it is, because on the back, it actually says, well, one, it says product of USA. And yeah, it's just crazy. It's so different. Manufactured by Q&B Foods. But yeah, are registered trademarks of Kewpie Corporation. But it's different and it tastes different, and I don't know why they have both of them, but get this one, not this one. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want something close to Kewpie, this is the way to go. But if you want the actual Kewpie, when you're at a Japanese grocery store or any Asian grocery store, this is the way to go. And this is all we eat for mayo, so I'm gonna buy 3 of these at least. So everybody knows about sriracha, of course. Every Vietnamese restaurant or pho restaurant has this. But did you know there's different versions? Especially when they ran out of peppers, which is a whole nother story. But a lot of other people were coming into the game. So this is Lee Kum Ki Sriracha Chili Sauce. This one's a honey sriracha. Never heard of that. This is a Tabasco sriracha, which we do have, and it's all right. I like it. Fancy Americanized sriracha. It's a first for me. So this is the Flying Goose brand. And when this brand kind of ran out, everybody was making bottles that kind of looked very similar, but different and a different flavor. Sriracha mayo, that's right. Mayo and sriracha pre-mixed, and there's a lot of these guys. So for us, what we do is we just take the regular sriracha, this stuff right here, and then we mix it with the real Kewpie. And then we dip our siopao into it, or nikumon, or our pork buns into it. It's actually really good, you should try it. Soy sauce, everybody knows Kikkoman, but did you know there's hella different kinds of soy sauce here at this grocery store. Kikkoman alone has a lot of different kinds. They've got the less sodium, they've got the sushi and sashimi soy sauce, they've got the naturally brewed soy sauce. Looks like there's some like sediment down there, I don't know. They have tamari soy sauce, which I believe is gluten-free. That's right, gluten-free. Then they've got sweet soy sauce for rice. Now, in Japan, it's not, it's kind of taboo to put soy sauce right onto rice. But if you got meat or some kind of topping on there, then you can put the soy sauce on there. That's what my mom told me as a kid. Then they got the fancy soy sauces. So these are 2 different types of flavors. Then super fancy, they've got barrel-aged shoyu. They've got smoked shoyu. And then this is a cherry blossom shoyu. This is a black garlic shoyu, and matsutake shoyu. This is a mushroom soy sauce. So yeah, lots and lots of different options. For me, this is the way I would go if you just want you know, something a little bit different. This is also Kikkoman, but this is kind of like what's popular, I think, in Japan, or at least this is what I see everywhere. Fun fact, Snoopy is beloved by Japanese people, so they're all over everything there. And this is a Kikkoman soy sauce. Or is it Kikuman? No, this is Yamasa. It's another company and got Snoopy on it. I'm definitely buying this. All right, so it's kind of, obvious that Asian people love their teas since tea is so popular there. But this is probably something unusual. Royal milk tea. It doesn't even sound Japanese, but this is really popular there. Sangria, I don't know what that is all about, but yeah, 25% milk. So there's a lot of milk in this, and it's very sweet. It's black tea mixed with milk and sugar, and they just sell this all over Japan. And as long as I can remember, this is really, really popular there. Another thing, strawberry milk. It's funny that it's right next to the milk tea, but yeah, strawberry milk, same company, also really popular in Japan. It's a thing. Not as common here though, if you grew up in America. The Hershey's strawberry syrup mixed with milk, that was a treat. In Japan though, it's like kind of a normal thing. Okay, this is not a weird food, but this preparation I think is unusual. So this is shelf-stable, already cooked rice that all you have to do is put this into the microwave in this container, and you've got hot steaming rice that's actually pretty darn good. And I just recently found out about this, maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, not even that long ago, but I believe this has been around forever, and they've got a lot of different options. So this is the sushi rice right here, so maybe a little more expensive, though the price looks kind of similar. This is $1.59. They've got brown rice. They've got a lot of different brands, different shapes for the containers. This one looks like it's another brown rice. I've seen mixed rice too, where they have other kinds of rice, but yeah, if you love Asian food, and especially if you love rice, you should have a rice cooker, which I'll show you some rice cookers later. But if you're living by yourself and maybe you don't eat a lot of rice and you don't want to cook rice, this stuff is surprisingly actually really good tasting. I mean, rice isn't supposed to like have a crazy delicious taste because it is just like a carb, but I would highly recommend this. This is totally worth the buy, and I was a little suspicious until I was in Japan, and I bought some at 7-Eleven and just tested it out because I didn't want to cook any rice. I was like, why not? Let's give it a try. It was pretty darn good. Now, staying on the topic of rice, when you think about curry, you think about Indian food, right? But in Japan, they have something that's really popular, and it's Japanese style curry. And it is delicious. So this is kind of the standard brand that you see at a lot of American grocery stores. But our favorite brand is Vermont Curry. This picture is a little deceiving because none of these ingredients are in here, but you get the bricks which make the sauce for the base curry, and then you add your own meats. This looks like beef, there's some carrots, usually you put some potatoes. We like to add some onions and garlic, and you put it over the rice. So this is also really delicious, and because this is on sale, I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of these. My wife's gonna think I'm such a hero finding all these deals today. Now, this is not a deceiving picture, so if you don't want to cook the curry and add your own ingredients, this actually has vegetables already in it. It doesn't look like it's got meat, but this got the carrots and the potatoes in it. So if you were to buy this and come over here and get this microwavable rice, you could have a curry dinner tonight without cooking at all. So this is actually pretty good. I've had it before, and great for that person that's just cooking for themselves or doesn't want to cook and wants curry. Speaking of curry, obviously I'm gonna eat this on rice, right? But in Japan, they like to flavor a lot of snacks with curry. So at Tokyo Disneyland, they have curry flavored popcorn, which is amazing. And so you can get a lot of things flavored with curry, such as like Top Ramen, instant noodles. They have a curry flavored cup of noodles too, so it's really good. Kind of an unusual thing, and especially if you consider curry known to be from India, obviously, but in Japan, I believe, influenced by British sailors who liked curry, or maybe they had some sailors that were from India, and so Japan, when they were starting their military and their navy, they wanted to mimic the British sailors and the navy, and so they made their own curry, and this is what was born from it. So I know I'm a little nerd when it comes to history and food, and I heard that story and I thought it was really interesting because, like, how did Japan get their curry? And I guess that's how they got it. When you think about rice, you don't think about something that's very expensive. In fact, A lot of people eat rice because it's a way to cut your meal, right? Extend your meat or extend whatever you're eating. But in Japan, rice is different. People really value quality rice, especially if you're gonna eat at a sushi restaurant. It's gotta be really good rice. In fact, this right here is the most expensive rice you can buy, at least in the Seattle area that I know of. So normally you can get a 50-pound bag of rice for probably, I don't know, $30, you know, like if it's really affordable, and it's still good. And I grew up eating that kind of rice, but this bag right here normally is about, what's it say right here, 120 bucks, which is kind of expensive, even for me, but it is 50 pounds. Oh, but when you start eating this rice, and every time somebody eats at my house and they eat a rice, they always say they notice the difference, even if I don't mention it. And of course, sometimes I do mention it. But when you eat really good rice, it'll make such a huge difference in terms of, you know, the mouthfeel and just the enjoyment of the foods that you're eating. So yeah, once in a while, spend a little extra money, or like me, wait for it to be on sale. Like today, this is normally 120 bucks. Today it's 84. And this is a lot of rice. This is 50 pounds, so it's super heavy. But yeah, that's something that I think maybe not as known, because Americans, we just eat rice as kind of like a side dish. In Japan, it's kind of like the main thing. Even at a sushi restaurant, a lot of people don't know this, but it's not the fish, it's the rice that really matters. Of course, paired with the fish, but if you have expensive rice next to cheap rice like this, you'll notice the difference. I can't even put it in my cart now. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, I've never seen this before, or maybe I have vlogged it, I forgot about it, but look. Corn in a package. Oh, now I take that back. I saw this in Japan. This is straight up grilled corn that's just vacuum sealed. And I'm assuming this is a snack. What is this? It's just grilled corn package. Microwave this up and you're good to go. Or if you microwave it, does it pop into popcorn? It doesn't, but I've never seen this. Tell me in the comments, how do you eat this? You just eat it straight up like this? Leave it up to the Japanese. All kinds of interesting stuff. Okay, this is interesting. It's like a fish pancake? What is this? Seafood snack. Yeah, Japanese people and Asian people love their seafood snacks. Great for drinking. They got this cute little boat plate right here. And what is this? Kisubone funagata. Looks like the spine of a fish, and it's crispy and probably salty. These are eel snacks, dried. Interesting, the whole thing. I love eel when I eat it on rice. This one is a spicy one. I've never seen it as a snack like this before. I'm just exploring a little bit, so I'm seeing things I've never seen here before. All right, this is a hot pot soup base, which in itself is not unusual, but this is a tomato hot pot soup base. So this is something I was introduced to by my friend Matt, a cook named Matt, but really underrated in my opinion, because normally when you think about hot pot, you think about maybe, you know, some kind of meat base or Szechuan peppers, but not tomatoes. But there's a lot of umami. It's very, very, let's just say, delicious and savory. You wouldn't think that, but tomatoes done right, really delicious. And I think it kind of makes sense because of course everyone loves pasta, right, with red sauce on it, but turn it into a soup, like I guess you would think of any kind of tomato soup. But even for hot pot, tomato base, really good. If you've been to Hawaii, you know that furikake is really popular, and what it is any kind of rice topping. So this one is a sesame and sansho furikake. Or is that the one? Really, really good, especially if you just want to eat rice and you don't want to cook anything. Also a great, you know, fun thing for kids. This one I think you mix into onigiri when you're making these triangle shaped little rice balls. So a little bit different. Oh, here's the one that's similar to what they have in Japan. Funny enough, they don't sell the one that I like, but this is the closest thing to it because it's got little egg in it. For whatever reason, it's very hard to get that one. So I guess this is the one that would be closest. Not only is there sesame seeds in the egg, but there's also seaweed in there and usually some other kinds of seasoning. So yeah, furikake. Really fun, and the kids love it. And it's a great way to make your rice go a little farther. And every single time my kids have rice or any kind of rice dish, even if there's stuff on the rice, they want furikake, so kids just love it. Okay, a furikake that would be overlooked is this right here. So earlier I showed you guys the pickled plum. Well, in pickled plum, there's this little herb, and this is the herb that's in it. So it's got kind of a really fun flavor to it. It's kind of herby, I guess you could say. It's made from the shiso leaf, which it's got a unique flavor to it, but look for this. It's called shiso furikake. It's got a slight purple, dark red color to it, and this is actually one of my favorites. So if you shop at Costco, you know that seaweed is all over the place now, and they have, you know, normal seaweed, that's salted, flavored seaweed. They've got all kinds of different flavors as well, like kimchi seaweed, or teriyaki seaweed, or in this case, crispy sea snack, extreme hot and spicy seaweed. Organic seaweed, I don't even know how that works if it's from the ocean. Naturally, they got a wasabi seaweed. Off the little chicken with the fire breath, I'm thinking this is a spicy seaweed. Another seaweed snack. This is called a big roll seaweed snack. Just imagine seaweed rolled up, and it's like stiff so you can hold it. But yeah, it's just a big stick of seaweed and just a fun snack for the kids. But of course, obviously, if you're an adult, you can have it too. And this one is tom yum goong flavor. This one's getting more popular. I don't know if it's been around for a while, but I just recently have seen this more often. This is a piece of seaweed with tempura batter on it. So it's got a little bit of both and adds a little more substance to it. So I like the chew. Okay, this is kind of strange. This one also has the tempura, but this one is a honey butter flavor. Doesn't quite look like tempura though. Looks like maybe it's just, is it a flour? What is that? I don't know what that is. Cheese flavored seaweed snack. I don't know about cheese and seaweed myself. By the way, I'm not going to vlog all the ramen, but of course, this being an Asian grocery store, they got not just ramen, but all kinds of noodles. And if you search on my channel or subscribe, you can see all my episodes where I talk about the different kinds of noodles that they have here. All right, guys, so I've been vlogging now for 2 years on this channel. I kind of quit YouTube and I was doing recipe videos and I stopped for a long time. That's a whole nother story for another day. But when I restarted this channel, it's because I noticed that vlogging was coming back. And I love to vlog my grocery store visits, my cooking, sessions. So I have a new vlog method that I'm teaching people. And so this episode is brought to you by vloggingacademy.com. If you want to start a YouTube channel and you want to start vlogging on this platform, go check out vloggingacademy.com to apply my new method of vlogging in this new era of YouTube to your channel, to your content, so you can actually get views on your vlog. So go check it out. Link down below, and I would love to teach you what I do and how to get views on YouTube. All right, pork blood. Shout out to all the Filipinos. Diniguan. You know, you know. It's actually better than you would think. I'm not gonna vlog them either, but they got all kinds of different cuts. See, Asian people, they like to use all parts of the animal, which I think is the case in any country, including here in America. But in Japan, in China, in all of Asia, they like to use all the different cuts for different delicious dishes. So yeah, if you need those weird cuts, those rare items that you can't find at a normal grocery store, they got you covered here at the Asian grocery store, or in this case, the Wajimaya. Probably not as well known, but Filipinos, they have this thing called pork barbecue on a stick, and it's freaking the best barbecue, and it's marinated. Anytime you're at a Filipino party and you see this, definitely load up your plate with it because it's so good. It's slightly sweet, savory obviously because it's pork, and it's really, really delicious. There's some chicken ones there too, but I'm more of a fan of the pork. Speaking of Filipino, did you know Filipinos like really sweet spaghetti sauces? So this is actually in this bag of sorts, right? And yeah, it is, as sweet as spaghetti sauce can be, but that's the style of spaghetti they like in the Philippines. So think this is another brand of spaghetti sauce in the Philippines, Fiesta. In Japan, they like to mix like fish in there, or in the case of this, what is this one? Oh, this is a crab tomato cream sauce. Interesting. This one is a mentaiko, so it's a type of, I think, fish egg. Yeah, right there. Those are the fish eggs. Fish eggs and pasta. That's right, with seaweed. This one's a crab tomato cream sauce. Oh, is that the same? A different brand? That's a very Japanese style pasta. This one's a cod roe spaghetti. Dried mushrooms. Now, I've seen dried mushrooms at American grocery stores, but man, Asians love dried mushrooms. And the reason I think they do is because there's so much umami that comes out of mushrooms that you can mix into soups. Like this one right here. I don't know what brand this is. Premium assorted mushroom soup base. So like I said, they just put all this into water and a lot of goodness comes out of it. So when it's dried, the flavors are really concentrated. In fact, a little secret I learned from somebody that worked at a really fancy pizza shop in Seattle. If you want a strong mushroom flavor for your mushrooms on a pizza, get powdered mushrooms and mix it into your mushrooms that you like fry up a little bit and then put onto the top of a pizza, and you're gonna have a way better mushroom flavor than you could ever get just from cooking mushrooms, which seems kind of crazy to put mushroom powder on mushrooms, but that's what they do when they want that really strong mushroom flavor. So lots of mushrooms here. I don't even know the name of this one, but this is a mushroom. This is a type of mushroom, I think. Shiitakes. And this one says it's dried black mushroom. And these ones are a little bit more fancy. This is cloud's ear mushrooms. This is golden chanterelles. Not very Asian, I would say, but yeah, I do like to get it. But so, ooh, look, this one's a really good one. This is, I think it's, this one says it's an India tree. Oh no, I think this is a lobster mushroom. Oh, it's a mixed wall mushrooms. I think there's lobster mushrooms in that. All right, you guys, so this was kind of a last minute vlog. Just wanted to pick up a few things because we actually ran out of rice, so I bought 2 bags of rice. And yeah, I just want to celebrate 2 years of vlogging on this channel. I literally started vlogging again on this channel that I kind of quit for a while. And I started right here at the Wajimaya here in Bellevue, Washington. So, to kick off Vlogtober, I thought, you know what? It's fitting for me to start vlogging here. So if you're looking to vlog and you want to learn how to do it the new way to get views on your YouTube videos, make sure you go to bloggingacademy.com so I can teach you how to do it so that you get views on your YouTube videos. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe because I'll be vlogging a lot this month. And yeah, let me know what was kind of unusual, what wasn't, what's something I should look for next time I'm at an Asian grocery store next time. So hopefully you guys have a good night or a good day, whatever. Bye.